Episode 22 of Blue.Green.Fusion, Blue Collar Jobs for Green Economy. The title of this episode is very simply Spring.
Big doings at the Iowa Capitol here in downtown Des Moines, Capitol Hill. I'm going to see if I'm able to bring my camera inside. What you see in front of you are AFSCME, American firefighters, and then other union members. I'm going to do a quick walk around.
I have some announcements, some community news, headlines, and then an update on the Capital Crossroads visioning project. The Evelyn Davis Project meets this Tuesday, March 15th, 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. and that's going to be at the United Way in the Leadership Room, 1111 9th Street. They're going to give an update on the purchase of the building located at 801 University, and Blue.Green.Fusion did go on location to 801 University. That's the old Top Value that's possibly going to be purchased for Sav-a-Lot as part of the Evelyn Davis Project. They're going to possibly talk about the results from their meeting with the Iowa Finance Authority, and then a possible plan for a hearing before the Des Moines City Council. So that's tomorrow evening, and if you're interested at all in the grocery store location or the workforce center that's across the street, that's planned to be across the street from DMAC, you don't want to miss that meeting. There's been a new service route announced for the D line. We talked about the D line on the earlier show. We read a headline titled, "Don't Scuttle the Shuttle." The shuttle has not been scuttled, but it has been constricted. The service has been constricted. The D line will cease to serve the Iowa Capitol Complex, and that's starting today, which is Monday, March 14th. This is because the state of Iowa withdrew funding. The shuttle will continue to operate in downtown Des Moines as a free service from the Western Gateway to the East Village. And so it's a good thing that spring is somewhat here, because that's going to, otherwise that would have been a long, cold hike up the hill to get to the Capitol. But now maybe we'll have good weather and it'll be a pleasant little walk up the hill. The next announcement is the Midwest Geothermal Conference, and that's going to be this Wednesday, March 16th, through Thursday, March 17th, and that's going to be at the Des Moines Marriott. That's 700 Grand Avenue. It's sponsored by the Iowa Geothermal Association. And the purpose of that conference is to update attendees on new geothermal technologies, efficiencies, feasibility, and practicality of installing ground source heat pump systems in new and retrofit commercial and residential systems. You can visit www.trainingresources.org/events.aspx for more information. It did say on that website, from what I saw today, that registration is closed, but who knows, maybe someone won't show up and maybe you can get in that way. Governor Terry Branstad will speak at the opening breakfast, and that's going to be Wednesday, March 16th. That was announced at his public schedule that he keeps on the official governor's website. And so you can see his activities and that of Lieutenant Governor Kim Reynolds as well.
What you see in front of you are signs by the ISC. What you see in front of you are signs by ISC What you see in front of you are signs by ISEA, AFSCME, reporters, and union members in anticipation of tonight's action at the legislature.
COSC, they're going to have activities on Saturday, March 26th. They're going to do a home assessment workshop in Fairfield. On Thursday, March 31st, they're going to do an existing home assessment lunch and learn in Windsor Heights. And then Wednesday, April 13th, they're going to do a commercial development lunch and learn in Des Moines. And that program, for that program, they're going to be using the vacant office buildings in the Des Moines metro area as its fulcrum. This new series features guest instructors and relevant topics that address ways that green building principles can pay off in terms of economic health and environmental savings, as well as contributing to a community's overall vibrancy. That's directly from their website. You can visit www.icosc.com to follow up on those events. There is one more, and this is going to be Friday, April 29th. They're going to have a Bright Green Business Professional Symposium in Iowa City. So all these are listed on their website for more information and how to register. The World Food Prize is going to celebrate its 25th anniversary, and that's coming up on October 12th through 14th. We spoke on the World Food Prize and food, and then Norman Borlaug on the show. We spoke on Norman Borlaug as an elevated person, actually, on this show in the League of Martin Luther King Jr. and Mother Teresa in the food episode. That was episode number 6. And then the biofuel episode, we touched on that in episode 7. And he's comparable to Martin Luther King and Mother Teresa for his activities in the food sector, and then also for the way he was recognized.
Man is a social creature, and you can tell that by what's happening at the Iowa Capitol this evening. There's going to be a rally prior to action at the Iowa legislature. You see multitudes of various locals from Iowa, including firefighters, AFSCME, ISEA, IBEW, and others. Currently, what's happening now is everyone standing around looking at each other. But soon there'll be more action, I'm sure.
He won the same awards, the highest honors as Martin Luther King and Mother Teresa, which is rare air. You can go to www.worldfoodprize.org to find out more about their activities coming up. I just passed their location today in the old Central Library close to the river, and the trucks are still moving the dirt around, but hopefully they'll have the new headquarters up and running by October in time for the anniversary. That also reminds me that I did manage to visit the Da Vinci the Genius exhibit, which was at the Science Center in downtown Des Moines on Martin Luther King Jr. Parkway. He apparently, from what I learned, Da Vinci was a genius. He used combinations of wind, light, and water to make very serious, very far-reaching technological advances. A lot of the actual materials that he used were lost, but his plans, the drawings, remained, and so they were able to replicate what he created. That also reminded me of the Buckminster Fuller exhibit that I visited in Chicago at the Modern Art Museum. He expanded knowledge of city planning and home construction and sustainable design.